because I didn't make a choice. I didn't choose between Jay or Dame.
All right, this is from the Art of Dialogue, everybody. Beanie Sigel responds to Dame Dash saying Jay-Z ruined his life and being hurt, he chose Jay-Z over him. Here we go.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, I know Dame, he said he was hurt when you chose Jay over him.
I was more bothered when Beans chose to go with Jay. That one hurt. Because I'd done a lot and prepared. I chose State Property over Rockware. And I wanted to just roll out with State Property. But it almost like he tricked Beans to shelf him, and his life up to me doing that. But I had him. You know what I mean? Like, that was my new Jay.
Yeah, I saw that clip. I really didn't understand it.
Okay.
Because I didn't make a choice. I didn't choose between Jay or Dame. I just stayed neutral in that situation, and I voiced that numerous of times. Dame actually came and got me when I got out of prison. And we was on a tour bus, and they was interviewing me. And they asked me then and there on a bus. Now I'm just getting out of prison. Like, he at the jail picked me up. And they posed that question that I was, or made the statement that I was going to be with Dame Dash Music Group. And I said then that I didn't want to make that choice between Jay or Dame. I just wanted to stay neutral. So I saw the clip. And Dame made the statement that, Jay ruined my life. But I don't feel that way.
And that's the right thing to do because you made your own decisions. But go ahead.
Mm-hmm. I don't feel that way. I'm here. James said he had a lot of plans. He had a lot, that he was going to do. But I never got those conversations. So it's hard for me to, agree with that because, if you had all those things that you said in place and that you was going to do, and you wanted to do, it wasn't relayed to me. Like, I know if I got something for somebody, I'm be like, look, this what we going to do. I got this lined up. Right. I got this set up. After we do this, we going to do this.
Because it's easy to later say, yo, we was going to do this. I'm like, it's hard to tell. We ain't never talk about that. You never said that to me.
But what Dame is saying is, and this is from a CEO perspective, he chose to push State Property over Rockaway, right? State Property was Beans and them, Young Gunners,
right?
And
You saying
the,
right,
right,
the whole Philly squad, all of them.
Right. He was gonna put that was the next move. So he felt betrayed when Beans stayed with Jay, but Beans probably was like, "Yo, I know Jay is the money."
And the man,
yeah, right, and all that, right. He probably can understand me more or do more with me as an artist, but he got jerked. I'm not gonna say he got jerked, but like you say, he got shelved. After that, Beans ain't really pushed nothing out. After the split,
and the other beef, he was upset about. There was a situation where when he was in court, Jigga, he don't feel like stood up for him. They asked Jigga if he was gonna be responsible for reporting his whereabouts,
and he said no.
He said no, and he said he's so quick. He
like, damn, that's cold blooded, right? He could have came uptown.
He's like, nah, I'm not doing none of that.
Yeah, I won't. Yeah.
And he said they weren't asking him to be responsible for him. They was just asking him to be like, to say, hey, Beans will be here. I know he going to roll. You know what I mean? That sort of thing.
Yeah, but
Jigga was like, I'm not doing none of that.
Damn, if that's his man, if that's your man,
once again,
it's his artist.
Beans coming from the street, and a lot of people do. They take it on some family stuff in the beginning.
Well, that was the name, La Familia.
Exactly. Yeah. And then they come to find out, Jay just about business.
Right.
Now, if he looked at it like that, maybe he would have gone with Dame. But once again, like he said, it's easy for Dame to say that now.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't conveying that. Like you said, you never said that to me.
Yeah,
ain't like you said to me, yo, you my next big, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm dropped in his lap.
Shit happening.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it ain't like he turned that down. Or maybe he did. Maybe there's a discrepancy in that. We don't know.
Or maybe nigga was high and forgot.
Right. Don't act like motherfuckers wasn't living wild.
Yeah.
Anyway, go.
We gonna do that. But I never got that conversation. So, and maybe he did have all those things, but that was he didn't share them with me.
So he never spoke to you about the plans he had for you, because he said that he liked the State Property clothing line over Rockaware, and it sounds like he felt like he could have made that clothing line bigger than Rockaware. So
At one point, it was when we wasn't broke up, when it was together. State Property was surpassing Rockaware, but the conversations that I had with Dame about that, it wasn't the conversations like how he stated it in the interview. Or I might not remember.
Right.
But to my recollection,
Right.
yeah,
Nigga
we
might have
had
been
those
smoked out.
conversations.
And also in a younger, more reckless state of mind.
Yeah,
You know
no
what I mean?
doubt.
And
He
you-
ain't
people-
mentally prepared for that.
Exactly. People revise history over time. You know.
I believe if we had those conversations, I believe I would have rolled with Dame.
Now.
I'd have rocked with Dame.
Right. Smarter you in hindsight.
Yeah, if Dame set me down and he had a plan, regardless what the plan was, and mapped it out like this was going to do, the smartest decision at that time for me would have rolled with Dame, because Dame was more accessible than Jay was. Dame was in the office every day. You could talk to Dame. You know what I mean? Dame used to come and chill on the block in South Philly. You know what I mean? Dame pull up and Biggs at Mom Duke's spot. So,
But Jigga had to be Jigga.
yeah, I think if we would have sat and he would have showed me and explained to me, you know, our business plan and what we was going to do, that would have been an easy decision, business-wise, to rock out with Dame.
What you think, son?
8
I don't know.
states-
I tell you this. I really respect how Beans has changed, because he didn't come at it emotionally. He looked at
Yeah.
it, you know, in
On some man
objective-
shit.
He said, maybe I don't remember, you know, but, you know, if you put it to me now, it seems clear that Dame have been the clearer decision.
Yeah.
But you also have to take into account, Dame could be just saying that, because like he said, you never made it clear to me.
He real sour with the whole thing with Jay-Z right now.
Yeah,
Him and
it's
Jay-Z.
real easy to turn it around and twist it and all that other stuff. Why we never had that convo?
Right.
And then Dame may come back and say, we did, nigga, but you was all...
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I tried to tell you, you wasn't listening.
Right.
Shit, that
You won't
reminds
be
me
in
of
the
the six
street.
ways with you before, you know what I'm saying, the whole thing. You was like, yo, just stay still. I ain't stay still. And then,
Yeah. Well, that's a whole nother story. We'll do a whole podcast on that.
right.
Right.
Anyway, everybody, thanks for showing up.